Um, Good morning, teacher. Today I'd like you to talk about my project. The sport that I choose is the cycleball. So let's start talking about the little bit of history and the context. The cycleball, or also called the rad ball, was created by Nikolai Kaufman in 1883, who was an American artistic cyclist, and who played the first game in the history of this sport with John Federley in Rochester. And this unusual sport has been popular in recent years in countries like Germany, Switzerland, Austria, and Czech Republic and Japan. So we have to understand that this sport is like a mixture of between cycling and soccer, but inside a room. And this unusual idea was born after the creator tried to gently push a dog with a with a with a wheel of the bicycle. And how to play. So let's talk first about location. As it's considered like an indoor cycling, it's played in a room with in a rectangular field, as you can see in this picture. Here we have some position, for example, the kick-off point, the middle circle, the goal line, the linesman, the penalty surface, the penalty point, and the measurements describes this described according to the standard. It's 14 per 11 meters. So that the official measurements of the field. Then we have the goals. As you can see in this picture, we have there are two goals with the internal measurements of 2 per 2 meters of tall. And also we have this measurements that is 60 to 80 centimeters, and the rubber stud that is 3 to 5 centimeters approximately. And finally, we have the official measurements of a bicycle, because you can use the normal bicycle or the common bicycle in this sport. So here are some of the measurements of the bike. And also we have to remember that the bicycle that you use, it must be approved by the UC. So in this picture you can see the bike, and this bike is the official ones, which differ from the common or the normal bicycle. Now we have the referred, or in this sport it's called like the commissary. It's called commissary, and here there are some signal games. For example, in the picture one we have the goal, and the signal, the advantage, the goal no valid, the timeout. So now we have the equipment. The important thing in this sport is the balloon. As you can see, it's a balloon with red and white colors, that has weight of 500 to 600 grams approximately, and it's full of animal hair, and mostly horse hair, so doesn't bunch much. And then we have the uniform that they wear. It consists in a t-shirt and the cycling shorts. Also, it's important to wear high top sport shoes and shaven protectors to protect the heat that can you receive. And it's permitted to use help. So as you can see in this picture, these are the essential equipment that you need in this sport. And let's continue with people on the team. There are 2 to 4 players on a team. It's rare to see more than 4 players. Although cases of 5 players have been seen, but it's rare, or it's not common, or they are playing a not official game. Because as you can see in this video, there are no more than 4 players on the game, or no more than 2 players on one team. Okay, so about the general participating, we have to be specific of the category. We have, for example, 2 category A and B events, and they say that it need a minimum of 4 participating nation and a minimum of 8 participating team in a category 8 events, and the same with a category B event. Now the categories and the shows on the screen are the official ones divided by 8. So as you can see, we have the pupils, the category youth, the junior category, the young elite category, or the elite league, and the years that are permitted too. So the game time depends depends of the category. For example, in letter A we have the category elite and young category elite. So for them the game lasts 2 times of 7 minutes. So in total will be 14 minutes of game, and the same for the juniors or all others categories. So now playing the game. The game will start when the commissaries indicate, and then he fill up the coin to see who will start the game. And so the winning team will start on the first half, and then the second team will start on the second half. So as you can see in this second picture, the ball should be placed on the center point at the beginning of the game, as you can see in this picture here. And then after starting whistle, the attacking team may ride to the center of the circle. As you can see, the player is centered in the circle, and move the ball. So the ball can be touched more than once by the first player. And then, so the objective of the game is to match a goal or score more points than the other. So that's the similar thing that has with soccer. A goal is valid when the ball passes this line, that is the line goal, and when past this line post or the goal post. And so as you can see, these blue lines are the position in which you can match a goal. And also the ball can be thrown from anywhere on the field. Here, from anywhere of the field. And the defending team may enter to the circle, to the center circle that is here, when the attackers or when the opposite player are come closer to the goal, to the opposite goal. And then one player of the opposite team have to be the defender, and he can touch the or try to stop the ball or touch the ball with his hand. So now we have the rules. Here there are some rules. For example, first we have a ball which rebounds from the bicycle or a body of the player. It's permitted. Headers also are allowed, and it's imperative that in the game, one hand of the player must be on the handlebars, and then one foot must be on the bicycle pedal. So you cannot touch the ball with your hand or with your feet, and you cannot push, hit, or make the other player or the opposite player fall of the bike. And there is the number 4. Also, you cannot lean on the corner of the goal. You can lean on or jump on the bike. You cannot jump off the bike. And then it's an important rule. You have to touch the ball, but only with this part of the bike. You cannot touch the ball with this part of the bike. So that's the position in which you are able to match a goal, as I can see. It's important to remember that if a bicycle is damaged during the game, all the game will stop, and immediately it have to be a replacement. So to explain more about it, we have some cases. In case 1, you can see this player, or you cannot take your foot off of the bicycle because the game continue, but like an out ball, and in the ball from the right corner marking that is here in this picture. And in case 2, as you can see, you can touch the ball with your hand if you're the goalkeeper or the defender. That is like the player is doing here, that is trying to stop the ball. In case 3, it's in the case in which the ball leaves the match field over the long sidelines, on the ground or on the air. So next to that, the commissaries have to take the ball and put it 1 meter away from the sideline, where the ball rolls. So there are some important rules on cases. So now let's talk about the championships. As I said, the cycle ball is considered like an indoor cycling. The championships is directed by the UCI, the Union Cyclist Internationally. The championships, of which only 6 have been held on Belgium. And it's important to mention that the Austrian Patrick Schneischer and Stefan Furnister were the winner of the 2022 championships. Schneider, on the other side, has won the 8th UC world title. So we could say that he's the greatest exponent of this sport. This picture is it's of the championships in 2018, and then the second picture is the championship of 2019. So that will be the end, and thank you so much.